one question about your code of practice. And you're developing a code of professional practice at the moment. And even when a country as wealthy as Australia develops a code of practice, we borrowed ours from Great Britain and worked on it and modified it to suit. And it hasn't changed much, probably in that I've had experience of our code. What models are you looking at for your code of professional conduct? Are you looking at any other countries here that have a code of professional conduct?
Other country here? We are the one who just started with the GPP. We just launched the GPP, and for the code we don't have, but we hope to get examples from other countries here as the model for us.
Typically, they will say that the first point of interest is the patient, and then they will go on with communication and various other broad things. And I would think that other countries that are fairly close to your country would have codes in place now that might serve as a model for you to look at. Is there anybody in the audience that has experience on that?
We have been developed a code of practice. It took more than 2 years to arrive to it. It has many of the points that Kelly have already mentioned. So in case she found interesting, we could make it available for you.
Thank you. Any other questions from the floor? I have one further question then about consumers. What do consumers feel about pharmacists? What do you think that they think of pharmacists in Cambodia?
In Cambodia, consumer is more trust on the drug vendor, even they are not come from the pharmaceutical field. So that's why we want to change their concept by educate them to know how much the impact of irrational use and quality of drug.
Are there any consumer groups? I've been up here in the last few days, which is the reason why I'm here, is talking to the Taipei Awakening Association, and which is part of a whole consumer movement. And in Australia we have a Consumers Health Forum, which is really about 250 different interest groups to do with consumers under the one banner. Is there any consumer group in Cambodia?
Until now, not yet.
I think that consumer groups are the people that are going to drive all of this, and that there probably needs to be some effort in, and perhaps when I was talking on my slide about the environment that we're working in, my environment is quite different. But if you had consumer groups, then you can start to advise them about the issues and change public attitude.
That's right. We have to introduce the new learning access method to the community. So we, based on this, with the support from the PAC at the community level, we can work at a small group that we cannot say a consumer group, but it's community consumer.
It's very difficult to change consumer attitudes. It's a very expensive process, actually, for any of our pharmacy organisations in our country to try to influence consumer attitudes. It costs a fortune, and it's probably doesn't have much impact. But if you have consumer groups, it's much easier.
Yes.
Any other questions? All right, I now call on President Chen to make a presentation, and thank you very much from my point of view. And finally, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here today to share in this and listen to the experiences of other countries and to reflect on our own problems. Although we might work in quite different environments, the problems are probably not all that much different. So thank you for your invitation for me to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. I really like if you could stay longer. But I understand you have other plans with your wife. Thank you very much. Thank you.